This is another JBZ production. JBZ back here with another one. Let's talk about Errol Spence versus Canelo.alvarez. There's been a lot of videos I've seen on YouTube, and there's a lot of boxing channels I see on Facebook talking about Canelo versus Errol Spence. First of all, Errol Spence haven't even got past Mikey Garcia yet. So why are we talking about Errol Spence versus Canelo? Second, Errol Spence is a big welterweight. He's big for the welterweight division. If Errol Spence moved to 160, he'd just be one of the boys. I don't think Errol Spence has a chance against Canelo. Errol Spence hasn't really done anything yet. What has he done? He beat Kell Brooks, who got stopped by Triple G, broke his eye socket in that fight, and then his face was still fractured, and then he fought Errol Spence. I didn't have Kell Brooks that high. He beat Sean Porter, but Sean Porter is not an elite fighter. He's a good fighter, a B fighter, but he's not an elite fighter. Then he beat Lamont Peterson. I got Lamont Peterson as a C fighter. He's okay. He's not great. And he's undersized. And it took him 7 rounds to stop Lamont Peterson. And then his other opponent, that notable opponent that he had, was Chris Algieri. I really don't like Chris Algieri. I really didn't think he was that good. He's an average fighter at best. What makes Chris Algieri so great? Let me know. And it took him 7 to 9 rounds to stop those guys, and 11 rounds to stop Kell Brooks. What is he gonna do with Canelo, who's much bigger than those guys and a much bigger puncher, who is a better body puncher than he is? Errol Spence would get killed in this fight. He would have no size advantage. He wouldn't have no advantage in power. How is he gonna be Canelo? Outboxing him? Show me the fights that Errol Spence shows superiority in boxing. He's flat-footed, doesn't move his head. Who did he outbox? He mostly bullies opponents with power because he's bigger than them. And this fight right here, he's not going to be bigger than Canelo. He's not going to have the power advantage over Canelo. And Canelo's been fighting at middleweight for a while now. I think it's ridiculous to put this guy in fantasy fights already when he hasn't done anything. He has to get past Mikey first. Let's see what he does against Mikey Garcia. How about that? Let him defeat Terrence Crawford. Unify the welterweight champion. Unify the welterweight division. How about that? Before we have him jump in fantasy fights with Canelo, who's going to be a Hall of Famer one day. An all-time great. This is an unbiased channel. I'm just calling how I see it. Errol Spence hasn't proved anything to me. I don't know why these people keep putting him in fantasy fights. Look at Canelo's resume and look at Errol Spence's resume. How many legends did Errol Spence fight? And how many legends did Canelo fight? Who is younger than Errol Spence? Or around the same age. So these videos about Canelo fight Errol Spence, are ridiculous. Errol Spence beating Canelo, I can't see it. All I'm saying, let's just play the waiting game. Let's wait to see what Spence does these one or two more years. Let's see what he does. Does he clean out the welterweight division? How does he do against elite top fighters? We're going to find this out because first up the bat is Mikey Garcia. If he disposes Mikey Garcia like some people think he does, actually he's a 4-1 favorite. So Vegas thinks Spence is a big favorite too. So let's see what he does against Mikey Garcia. Then he'll fight Sean Porter or Thurman or Pacquiao. We'll see what he does with those guys. And then we'll start talking about him and Canelo. Only thing I know is if he get in the ring with Canelo, he's gonna probably be the smaller guy. He's an inch taller than Canelo, but as far as mass, he's gonna be the smaller guy this time. So right now, I have Canelo destroying him within 5 or 6 rounds. Because not only is Canelo a harder body puncher than Errol Spence is, in my opinion, he's a better boxer than Errol Spence. This is Jay Beasy. Leave me your comments at the bottom. Let me know what you think about this. Right now, I think Canelo destroys Errol Spence, but you might have a different opinion. This is Jay Beasy. Please subscribe. I'm out.